don't rent them a place in your house. Don't let these two people come into your house again. My beloved child. From the very first second of this message, something inside you will start whispering that something huge is waiting for you. And trust me, your intuition is not wrong. Because today, what you are about to hear is not an ordinary warning, it is a revelation that has the power to save your peace, your destiny, and your very home. There are two people, yes, exactly two, whose presence in your house has already started shifting the energy around you. You thought letting them in was an act of kindness, but destiny is now revealing that your kindness was taken for granted. These two people walked into your home with smiles, but they carried intentions that your spirit felt long before your mind could understand. And now, God is saying, don't rent them a place in your house again. Because the moment they entered, your blessings slowed, your mood changed, and the peace you once felt started fading without you even realizing. Their energy drained your natural glow, their words disguised themselves as concern, and their actions seeped into the corners of your home like a silent storm preparing to destroy everything stable in your life. My beloved child, stay here till the last second, because what I am about to reveal next will shake your heart in the most unexpected way. Amen. Blessing. Listen closely. Your life started changing from the moment these two people stepped across your doorway. You felt it, didn't you? The sudden heaviness in the air, the unnecessary tension, the arguments that came out of nowhere, the small misunderstandings with people you love, none of this was accidental. These two carried a spiritual weight, a heaviness they themselves never healed from. And once they stepped inside your home became the container for everything wrong in their life. That is why God is telling you today, don't let them enter again. Because your house is not just bricks, it is the center of your destiny. It holds your dreams, your prayers, your late-night tears, and your future miracles. But the moment wrong people walk in, your dreams start slowing, your clarity becomes blurry, and your blessings stand at the door waiting for the negative energy to leave. But here is the shocking revelation: these two people didn't just bring their problems, they brought stories about you, fake sympathy, and hidden expectations. And they left with information they never deserved to have. You will be surprised when you discover how they used your kindness to feed their own jealousy. My beloved child, stay till the end, because your breakthrough is hidden in the next lines. Amen. Blessing. Now hear this truth. There are two faces in your life that God has been trying to show you again and again. You thought they needed help, so you opened your doors. You thought they were trustworthy, so you allowed them close. But they have been carrying something that could have destroyed your peace if you let them stay longer. God blocked it. God exposed them. God is pulling you away before they drain the last bit of your energy. These two people never came with pure intentions, they came with curiosity, jealousy, and competition disguised as need. They watched your life too closely. They observed your routine too carefully. They listened to your words with too much interest. And God is saying, if you let them return, they will block something massive that I am preparing for you. That something huge is closer than you think. Your next chapter, your next blessing, your next unexpected miracle, it is waiting for the air in your home to be clean again. The moment you stop allowing the wrong people inside, the right energies, the right opportunities, and the right miracles will flood your life with speed. My beloved child, your home is sacred, protect it. Amen. Blessing. My beloved child. Before we go deeper, let this truth settle in your heart. Something huge is waiting for you, but it can only reach you when the wrong energies are no longer entering your space. These two people, yes, the same two, were never meant to walk freely inside your home. The moment they stepped in, God saw the shift before you did. Your home, which once felt warm, peaceful, and full of silent blessings, suddenly felt heavier. And you didn't understand why. But those two knew what they were doing. They entered with curiosity, but they left with information. They entered with smiles, but their thoughts were never pure. They observed everything, your lifestyle, your habits, your routine, even your weaknesses. And God is saying today, don't rent them a place in your house ever again. My beloved child, stay with me till the very last second, because the revelation ahead will shake you. Amen. Blessing. Now let me uncover this. From the moment those two walked across your doorway, spiritual misalignment began. Your emotions became unstable. Things that were running smooth suddenly started delaying. Your own home began feeling like someone else's energy was living inside it. And guess what? They carried jealousy disguised as friendliness. They carried comparison hidden behind compliments. One of them even walked around your home noticing what you have, what you own, what you are building. Not because they were happy for you, because they were calculating. These two didn't just visit, they entered with the intention of knowing your life too closely. And once they left, they couldn't stop talking. They spoke about your house, your success, your routines, your behavior, everything. But here is the shocking part. They exaggerated your life to others to make it look like you are doing better than you actually are, just so they could gossip. My beloved child, what God is protecting you from is bigger than what you imagine. Something huge is on its way, but it requires you to close your doors to these two people forever. Amen. Blessing. Hear this powerful truth. Your home is the center of your destiny. The place where angels visit. The place where your prayers rise. The place where your future is shaping itself silently. But when the wrong people enter your home, they also enter your spiritual atmosphere. And God doesn't want your blessings to be delayed. These two individuals were carrying an energy that was too heavy, too negative, and too draining for your spirit. God exposed their intentions slowly, through their words, their reactions, and their behavior when they thought you weren't watching. And now the message is clear, don't let them inside again. Not even for a minute. Because every time they step inside, your blessings are forced to step outside and wait. These two people admire what you have but resent the fact that you have it. They are the kind of souls who watch your growth quietly but celebrate your struggles loudly. And God is cutting the connection so your miracle will arrive without interference. My beloved child, stay strong, your turning point is coming. Amen. Blessing. My beloved child. What you are about to hear now will finally make sense of everything you felt but never fully understood. Because the truth is, those two people didn't just enter your house physically, they entered the deepest layers of your energy. The moment they crossed your door, your inner voice tried whispering something to you, that small discomfort, that slight heaviness, that strange feeling that something is off. You ignored it out of kindness, but your spirit sensed the danger before your mind could. And today God is revealing, your intuition was right all along. These two didn't come as guests, they came as energy takers. They came carrying burdens they never wanted to solve and negativity they wanted someone else to absorb. And your home, your safe place, became their dumping ground. That is why God now stands between you and them and says, don't let them return. Don't rent them space in your home or your life again. Because something huge is waiting for you, and these two are the only blockage standing between you and the miracle that has your name on it. My beloved child, your breakthrough is already knocking at your door. Amen. Blessing. Let me unveil the deeper layer now. These two people didn't just disturb your peace, they studied you. They watched the rhythm of your life with unsettling curiosity. One of them kept looking around your home not with admiration, but with silent comparison. The other tried to pull small personal details out of your conversations, little things that seemed harmless in the moment but were actually collected with intention. Once they left your house, they didn't leave empty-handed, they left with stories, impressions, and observations they had no business knowing. And those stories traveled further than you think. They exaggerated your success to some, painted your struggles differently to others, and created their own version of who you are based on jealousy, insecurity, and silent resentment. But here comes the shocking truth: they are threatened by your strength, your spirit, and your quiet progress. They talk about you because they cannot become you. They observe your life because they cannot create their own stability. And God is saying, if you let them in again, they will dim your light just to feel less overshadowed. My beloved child, protect your space like your destiny depends on it, because it does. Amen. Blessing. Now hear this final truth of part 3. There are places in your home where your dreams are born, your bed where you imagine your future, the quiet corners where you speak to God, the chair where you plan your next move, the doorway where you take your first step toward every new chapter. But the moment negative souls enter that sacred space, the vibration changes. Your energy feels stuck. Your progress becomes slow. Your clarity begins to fade. And you start doubting yourself without knowing why. That was the silent effect these two had on you. They carried spiritual dust into your clean atmosphere. And God cannot place your next blessing inside a home that is contaminated by the presence of people who secretly resent your glow. That is why He is removing them, exposing their intentions, and closing that door permanently. Because soon, very soon, your home will hold something massive: new opportunities, new energy, new protection, new breakthroughs. And these two people were simply not meant to witness the miracle that is coming. Protect your home. Protect your peace. Protect your destiny. My beloved child, the moment you close the door on them, God will open a new door for you. Amen. Blessing. My beloved child, this part will reveal the deepest layer of truth, something you were never supposed to know earlier because your heart wasn't ready, but now, destiny is opening the curtain. Listen carefully. The moment those two people stepped out of your house, God began shifting things silently around you. He started lifting the fog from your path, removing the invisible weight from your shoulders, and cleaning the atmosphere of your home piece by piece. Because what is coming toward you is massive, something so life-changing that the wrong presence inside your home could have blocked it entirely. These two were the final test, the final distraction, the final energy leakage before a major shift in your destiny. And now that you've distanced yourself, your blessings are waking up again. Your inner peace, slowly returning. Your clarity, sharpening. Your energy, rising again. My beloved child, this part is your confirmation. Closing the door on them was the beginning of your breakthrough. Something huge is waiting for you, and no one can stop it now. Amen. Blessing. Let me reveal their hidden intention now. One of these two people walked into your home carrying quiet envy, envy coated in politeness. The other came carrying confusion and insecurity, hungry for comparison. Together, their energy interacted with your blessings like a storm shaking a calm lake. They didn't come to appreciate your home, they came to measure it. They didn't come to understand you, they came to study you. They didn't come to help, they came to take mental notes about your life, your habits, your relationships, your progress, and your dreams. And once they collected enough, they carried it outside like a story they owned. But here is the divine twist: God let them see only what He wanted them to see, not what you truly carry inside your spirit. They thought they understood you. They thought they figured you out. But they only saw the surface. They never saw the fire inside you, the protection above you, the blessings following you, or the breakthroughs walking toward you. They walked into your home with judgment, but they walked out clueless about how powerful your destiny really is. My beloved child, their misunderstanding of your worth is exactly what will elevate you next. Amen. Blessing. And now the deepest revelation of Part 4. Your home is the birthplace of your future. Every idea you get, every plan you make, every dream you visualize, it all begins inside those walls. God protects that space more fiercely than you know. And these two individuals were carrying an energy that could have slowed your next chapter, delayed your next blessing, or disrupted your divine alignment. That is why, after they visited, you felt tired for no reason. You felt drained even after resting. Your mind felt cloudy even in silence. Your heart felt heavy even when nothing was wrong. That wasn't you, that was their energy trying to settle inside your home. But God stepped in. He pushed them out spiritually before you pushed them out physically. And now the message is sealed: don't let them enter again. Not even with a smile. Not even with an excuse. Not even for a few minutes. Because what God is preparing for you is too important to be interrupted. Your next blessing needs a clean atmosphere, a peaceful home, and a protected spirit. And now that the wrong energies are gone, get ready, because your miracle is finally on the way. The shift is real, the movement has begun, and the breakthrough is closer than ever. My beloved child, keep your doors closed to the past so the future can enter freely. Amen. Blessing. My beloved child, what you are stepping into now is the truth behind the truth, the layer God usually hides until the right moment arrives. And that moment is right now. Those two people who entered your home didn't just come with their physical presence, they brought stories, intentions, energies, and emotions that had nothing to do with you. They walked in holding unhealed wounds, jealousy, and confusion, and your home absorbed it like a sponge. That is why the days after their visit felt different. Not wrong, but off. Not chaotic, but heavy. Not dramatic, but strangely disturbing. Your spirit felt the shift before you did. And now God is clarifying everything. Those two never came with pure hearts. Their smiles were rehearsed. Their words were sweetened. Their tone was softened. But their intentions? They were not aligned with your journey. God watched them closely, closer than you know, and now He is speaking clearly, "My child, don't let them enter your home again. Something huge is waiting for you, and your home must stay spiritually clean for it to arrive." Amen. Blessing. Now let me open the hidden door. There is a reason those two kept asking small questions, questions that seemed casual but had deeper intentions behind them. They didn't ask to understand, they asked to compare. They didn't look around to admire, they looked around to evaluate. They weren't curious, they were calculating. One of them observed your home like someone scanning for weaknesses. The other studied your life like someone trying to predict your next move. And after they left, they spoke about you, not out of concern, not out of appreciation, but out of silent envy. They wanted to understand how you maintain your stability, how you hold your strength, how you smile despite everything. And because they couldn't understand it, they talked. They exaggerated. They twisted. They shared things you never intended them to repeat. But here's the powerful twist: their words didn't damage you, God turned their gossip into your shield. They unknowingly revealed themselves. They unintentionally exposed their own hearts. And now the divine instruction is final: keep them away. Not because you're afraid, but because your future is too sacred to be touched by small minds. My beloved child, you rise when you protect your space. Amen. Blessing. Now receive the final revelation of Part 5. Your home is not just a structure, it's your sanctuary. A place where angels move freely, where breakthroughs form quietly, where your soul heals silently. And anything or anyone that enters your home brings a piece of their world into yours. Those two individuals brought energy that didn't match your growing destiny. They carried comparison that didn't align with your rising future. They carried spiritual heaviness that didn't belong near your blessings. And God, who watches every corner of your journey, is clearing the path before your next elevation. Because what's coming next requires a peaceful mind, a clean atmosphere, and a protected heart. You are entering a chapter where your blessings will multiply, your clarity will sharpen, and your spirit will rise higher than ever before. But this chapter has one condition: don't let those two people step inside your home again. God is not keeping them away from your house. He is keeping them away from your destiny. Your next opportunity is at your door. Your next miracle is already scheduled. Your next breakthrough is almost here. My beloved child, protect your home, because your future is about to shine in a way they were never meant to witness. Amen. Blessing. My beloved child, what you're about to hear now is not just information, it is revelation. A revelation meant only for you, coming at the exact moment your spirit is finally strong enough to receive it. Those two people who entered your home didn't just disturb your peace, they disrupted your destiny's alignment. Their presence was a spiritual interruption, a silent blockage, a subtle disturbance in a space that God has been preparing for something extraordinary. Your home carries your energy, your dreams, your prayers, and your future blessings. So when the wrong people walk in, destiny pauses. Progress slows. Miracles step back. And that is exactly what happened when those two stood inside your doorway. They brought confusion you didn't feel before. They brought heaviness that wasn't yours. And they carried intentions that God saw even when you couldn't. My beloved child, this is the moment you understand why heaven whispered, "Do not let them enter again." Something huge is waiting for you, and your house must be protected at all costs. Amen. Blessing. Now let me open the layer destiny kept hidden. These two individuals didn't enter your home casually, there was a reason the atmosphere shifted instantly after they left. One of them came with competition disguised as conversation. The other came with curiosity hiding behind compliments. They looked around your home not to appreciate it, but to evaluate it. They analyzed your lifestyle quietly. They searched for flaws silently. They observed your blessings too closely. And after stepping out of your door, they carried more information about you than they ever deserved to have. But here's the shocking part, they shared details about your home with someone else the very same day, details that were none of their business. They spoke as if they understood you, as if your life was a story they had the authority to narrate. They exaggerated your progress to some, downplayed your struggles to others, and shaped your image based on their own insecurities. But God wasn't silent. He allowed you to feel the shift, the discomfort, the instinct, the whisper. Because He wanted you to know, your spirit is too sensitive, too powerful, and too sacred to allow such energy again. My beloved child, distance is your protection now. Amen. Blessing. Your home is not just where you live, it is where your miracles live. The walls that surround you have absorbed your tears, your prayers, your hopes, your healing, your preparation. Every room in your home carries a part of your story. And soon, those same rooms are going to carry your breakthrough. That is why God became strict with your boundaries. Those two people were not meant to witness the next version of you. They were not meant to sit in the energy of your rising season. They were not meant to be close to your personal space, because your next chapter is too powerful, too divine, too elevated for them to be anywhere near it. Their visit was the last test before your blessings unlock. Their exit was the beginning of your elevation. And now, God has sealed the instruction, don't invite them. Don't allow them. Don't open your door for them again. Your peace is returning. Your clarity is rebuilding. Your destiny is accelerating. And your home, your sacred space, is being prepared for what's coming next. My beloved child, your breakthrough is already moving toward your doorstep. Protect your space. Protect your peace. Protect your future. Amen. Blessing. My beloved child. This part will hit the core of everything, because now we step into the root cause of why God is so strict about removing these two people from your home permanently. You may not know this, but the moment they walked into your house, your spiritual rhythm changed. Your sleep shifted. Your thoughts became louder. Your peace felt interrupted. Nothing extreme, but just enough for your spirit to whisper, "Something is not right." And that whisper was not fear, it was protection. Those two came into your home carrying energy that was not meant to touch your walls, your atmosphere, or your destiny. And God allowed their presence only long enough to reveal who they truly are so you could finally break the cycle. What cycle? The cycle of letting in people who drain you silently. The cycle of allowing individuals who come pretending to care but leave collecting information. The cycle of giving access to people who were never meant to know your personal space. My beloved child, it ends now. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven refuses to let these two ruin it. Amen. Blessing. Now let me unlock their real intention. You were kind. You opened your door. You allowed them to step inside with trust. But the moment they looked around your home, something inside them shifted. One of them started comparing their life to yours. The other started imagining what they could gain by being closer to you. Their eyes weren't admiring, they were calculating. Their smiles weren't genuine, they were strategic. They walked through your living room like someone scanning for opportunities. They sat in your space like someone trying to understand your strength. And the entire time, they carried a hidden question in their mind. How are you able to do so well emotionally, spiritually, or financially? And because they couldn't find the answer, jealousy started growing silently. After leaving your house, they shared unnecessary details about your life with someone who didn't deserve to hear your name. They twisted small moments. They exaggerated the things you said. They made your life sound bigger or smaller depending on what fed their ego. But here is the divine twist: every word they spoke became their own exposure, not your downfall. They thought they were talking about you, but they were revealing themselves. My beloved child, God heard conversations you weren't present in, and He is removing them from your space permanently. Amen. Blessing. Your home is entering a new season, one where silence will feel peaceful again, where your thoughts will feel clear again, where your heart will feel safe again. These two individuals were not just visitors, they were spiritual distractions. And God never allows distractions near someone who is on the edge of a major breakthrough. Their removal is not rejection, it is redirection. It is protection. It is preparation for something bigger, brighter, and more aligned with your future. Very soon, your home will hold new opportunities, new connections, new peace, new blessings. And the reason God is blocking these two from re-entering is simple: your next chapter will expose your true grace, success, and elevation, and they are not spiritually prepared to witness it. If they stay close, they will try to interfere, influence, or interrupt the flow that is meant for you. So heaven has spoken clearly: keep your door closed to them. Protect your space with honesty. Protect your energy with wisdom. Protect your destiny with strength. My beloved child, your breakthrough is not coming, it is already on the way. Amen. Blessing.